G'day.
G'day. I'm in Australia, mate.
Oh, I know. So I have to talk with an Aussie accent the whole time. I don't know how to do an Aussie accent apart from g'day.
I barely know how to do an Aussie accent now.
No, but I can tell you that you've got the Aussie accent. It's fine.
There you go. Well, I'm Kylie, Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Jill Tina Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry, and this is Cup of Tea and Yarn. And we have a disclaimer up front because, you know, we're unsure of internet connections and that sort of thing. So yeah, we hope we're all right. I was thinking about that this morning when I was in the shower, how it's kind of like the future. You know, when I was a kid, video calling was like, you'd never, you know, it was something on Star Trek, you know.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Remember, I'll never forget him getting fired over video call on Back to the Future, and then he got a fax.
Oh gosh. And I now thought, when I was thinking about that in the shower, I think, should I talk about that this morning? But then I was like, oh my God, then I'm really old. And I don't, it's kind of or technology moves so fast. I think that's technology. What it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you last time you were here, we were in person, but you weren't very well, and then you got bronchitis or something, eh?
Yep. So I ended up with 2 bouts of tonsillitis and then bronchitis, and I was on an inhaler to get rid of that. But I feel good now. Now I've just got my Tamworth allergies, which are standard across the board for everyone who lives here, I think. Just lots of grass seeds in the air and stuff. So, but no, I'm well, and I've had lots of COVID tests in the last little bit because we had to have our pre-departure test, and then we had to have a test within 24 hours of arriving. So we're COVID free, and we'll have to have another one before we depart, and then probably more when we get back. Yeah. But we're staying well.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you? Been well?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, all good. Yeah. But you said that the plane was dead full, eh?
Super full. Yeah. We had jokingly discussed doing a podcast on the plane, and I got on the plane and I was like, yeah, no, this isn't going to happen. There was no seats free. It was completely chocker. Auckland Airport was, I wouldn't say pre-pandemic busy, but as busy as I've ever seen it. They're still, like in terms of getting through customs and stuff, but I think they keep it at that busyness and put the number of staff on according to that. It just always seems to have the queue the same length. But anyway, but, you know, there's still only 2 places open to eat in the airport. So the kids were once again disappointed to not have Macca's at the airport because Macca's wasn't even open.
Oh, wow. Well, that was last time I went to church. There was nothing open, like nothing. There was one cafe. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was busy, but Sydney Airport, we flew through that. That was easy as, but apparently Sydney Airport, the domestic, because there's domestic and international airports, has been a nightmare. So people are seeing people within Australia for Easter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're not going anywhere for Easter. We're just staying home. Well, we're having day trips. We're going, well, not quite a whole day trip today, but we're going over to see Mum and Dad for tea. Yeah. Because Mum cooks fish really well, and it is Good Friday, and you're supposed to have fish on Good Friday, apparently. So.
Yes, you are. I am quite possibly. So right now my in-laws and my family, my husband and the kids, they're out at the farm and they won't be back until mid-afternoon. I'll probably duck out and get like a chicken burger. Maybe I'll get some sushi or something instead. I don't know.
Nice. I have not finished anything.
No, neither have I. I have a hoe.
Oh, good. Shows your hoe.
A half object. Where's my hoe? Here it is. I'll have to put it on.
Oh. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I can't remember the pattern name. It's just a very simple, basic mitten pattern, but the twist is that this folds up.
Oh,
so it covers your fingers.
That's cool.
But it's not a glitten, it's not a flippy one. You just fold it down. And I hummed and hawed about whether or not to do a full thumb because of that. But I've done like a 3/4 length thumb right up to the nail. Yeah, so
Good idea.
Sorry?
I like that idea. That's really cool.
Yeah, so this is with some yarn that I bought to make mittens for my daughter, but it was too scratchy. And I did make a whole mitten, and I made the whole pair, in fact, and I ripped the whole lot back because they were too scratchy for her. So it's yarn, and it's the colorway, can't think of it. Anyway, it's her BFL, so Blueface Leicester Aran yarn, and it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Mm.
Oh. So, you know, I'm supposed to be making mittens like a pair a month. For my Wellington friends, but I have only done 2 pairs so far. So I'm a month and a half behind.
Well, I'll flick you that. It's very quick. It's a free pattern too, so I'll link it in the notes.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, I use mittens a lot in New Zealand. Because I drive to work at sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, it is absolutely freezing, and my steering wheel, I have a car that stays outside. My steering wheel is freezing, so that's when I use my mitts. And I do start with needing full mittens, but then by the end of the trip, once I'm a bit, warmed up, I want to fold them down. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's really cool, because I was like the idea of mittens, but they're annoying.
Yes.
Well, you're out like walking around in the cold, not just to keep your, hands a little bit warm.
Yeah. And I've done mittens in this weighted yarn before, where it goes around all the fingers, but because the yarn's so fat, you end up with your fingers like this, and it feels awkward and uncomfortable. So I was humming and hawing about doing that, and then I remembered that I'd done that with that previous knit. So I'm glad I just did that, because they're super cozy and just real practical.
So what number yarn? How fast?
All right, 10 ply. So very quick.
Yeah.
I knit them in about, I started them on the plane, and I did all the thumb increases on the plane. So I got all the way up to there on the plane, and then I kind of threw it to the side for a bit and then just finished it. So really it's a 2-day project, I reckon, if that. Well, that's for one. So maybe 3 days for a pair. You might be able to finish a pair in 3 days. Yeah. And one skein.
I don't have any 10 ply, I think. But the fattest I have is, well, apart from the really, really, really fat stuff I'm currently knitting with,
right.
The fattest I have is DK. Right, but since we're talking about fat yarn, I'm into blankets at the moment.
Aha.
Oh, excuse me, it's on the floor. This is my blanket.
That's beautiful.
And it's with really big, big needles. So these are 15 millimeter needles. The pattern I'm doing is kind of this one, which is a book I got from the library. 20 easy knitted blankets and throws. But this one uses thinner yarn and smaller needles, so I've just used fatty yarn. I've got, this is going to be for my sister for probably her birthday. So this is the last bit of the first skein, and I've got another one to go. So it should make just kind of like oblongy. So it should go, I'm halfway in my pattern, and I've still got probably another repeat to do with that.
And what's the yarn?
And you're going to ask me that. It's from, is it Wild Earth?
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And I know they had a sale a few months ago on this stuff. So I got two of them. Now, I don't know if everyone else can see you frozen, but I can see you frozen at the moment.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, that's the important thing. I'll unfreeze soon.
Okay. I'll carry on until, shall I carry on? Shall we pause and let's see what happens?
Okay.
I'm frozen.
I'm back.
Yeah, it's like I was like getting any feedback on my blanket. You were concentrating on your own knitting there for a wee while.
Oh no.
Anyway, it's really squishy. I think it might be. I don't know if it's a mixture. I can't remember what the wool is, but I think a Polworth and something.
Nice.
It's nice.
It'll be lovely.
It smells really sheepy. So that's what's the next thing? That's my first blanket. So that's been my biggest thing I've been working on in the last week. So it's nice because the evenings are a bit cooler. So I can, yeah. Yeah. That's that. Can I show you my other blanket?
Yeah.
Doing blankets. As I told you last time, I did all my squares together. So this is all my squares together. Yeah.
I love that. And how have you joined them, Jill? Is it?
I just single crochet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like the seam.
Yep.
Yeah, so I did that way, and then I just did a cross. Yeah, so this was a lot of my minis from last year's Christmas.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've just put it round with some Anna Grattan 4-ply.
Perfect. It's really lovely.
Yeah, that's like a blanket size at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen after this. It's not big enough for anything really, because it's a baby blanket, and I don't know enough babies. So, yeah.
I wonder if you can get some more minis at Woolfest.
Well, I've still got this year's to do.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is the one you were talking about, maybe doing like stripes or something else.
Something else.
Yeah. Or different size squares or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that idea. Yeah.
You keep freezing.
Oh dear. As long as you can still hear me. Am I frozen now?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll show you my sock. This is a very boring sock. It is the DRK Everyday Sock, so the Dre Renee Knits Everyday Sock, but it's in my hand spun.
Ooh.
So I've been working on this for a while. I cast this on at the beginning of the year. I turned the heel this week, and I've turned the heel twice because I've been knitting socks for 15 years. This has never, ever happened. My toe was going this way and my heel was over here. And I finished it and joined it all up again. And I was like, that's not right. So, yes.
So you're still doing Sock Madness?
I've done what, sorry?
Are you still doing Sock Madness?
No. So I'm done with that. Unfortunately, that's right. That's where I was at with socks last time we met. I finished those pair of socks that night, and I was about 5 hours. I was only a couple of hours too late for entering. So didn't even make it to round 2. That's okay. I still got 2 lovely pairs of socks that I've made, and I enjoyed it, and I still get all the patterns. So the third pattern was actually a gorgeous plaid sock with pockets on the side.
Oh, why do you want pockets on your sock?
Maybe you're going for a walk and you want to put your key in it, or maybe you're going to the shop and to get some milk and you put a few dollars in it. I don't know. Super cute though. Because why not, I think is the proper answer. Yeah. So I will make them at some point because they're super cute. I don't know what round 4 is because they have a break for Easter. Yeah.
And how is your handspun knitting up for socks? Are you enjoying it? Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So the pattern actually recommended 2.25 mil needles, and I started on them and it was quite coarse. I didn't really like the fabric, so I ripped that back, and I feel like this is the socks of ripping back. So I ripped that back and went to my usual 2.5, and the fabric is much better. But what I have done, because these are going to be boot socks for me to work in, I have done this little section between these coloured markers in the 2.25 mil needles, which I didn't enjoy, but they'll last longer, just to give it a little more elasticity around the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's good. And yeah, it's when you travel and you buy alcohol, you get these things around them to stop them banging together. They're fantastic for going around yarn balls and holding them together. But yeah, no, it's really working up quite well. All that said, I don't think I will spin socks this way again. I'm not enjoying it as much as a normal sock yarn.
Right.
So the method gives that I've used, which is the method recommended by oh gosh, his name has just popped out of my head. Kurt Payne.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kurt. Is to create a crepe, which is a 3-ply. It's probably not really going to show, but it's a chain sort of effect, and it adds strength and structure, and it means you can make sock yarn out of any yarn, any fibre, sorry.
Yeah.
Now I used a Corriedale for this. It was a Corriedale nylon blend, which I could actually, that is a good sock blend. So I could actually do a regular composition, and it would be good enough for socks. So I think I'm going to stick to that from now on. If I'm spinning for socks, I'm just going to buy the material. I'm not going to do this construction again. But that's okay. You live and learn, right? And I have actually started spinning for another pair of socks.
Cool.
I brought it with me. So it's the same dyer, Stitch Punk. I'm not actually sure if she's dyeing at the moment because her shop is closed. Anyway.
I think she had a bit of a sale on Instagram the other day, last week. But I don't think she's got anything in her shop at all.
Oh, I missed it. I might have to go see if she's got anything left. Probably not. So I like big braids is what she calls her fibre, and it's inventing myself. So see how it's an 80-20 Corridale nylon, which is fantastic for socks. And this is what I've got.
Colour.
Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah.
And I brought my Turkish spindle with me.
Oh, cool.
I only just started this yesterday.
Right.
And I'm doing ply on the fly.
Yeah. Cool.
So it will come off and I will have a little ball all set to go.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's my turtle made 3D printed Turkish spindle. So
That's cool.
yeah. That's my sock knitting and my sock spinning.
Actually in my sock that I'm on and off at, so I'm still doing the heel toe do-si-do. Gone round the heel now. So,
Nice.
yeah, still on my first sock, but I really like this. I love these stripes. They're really cool.
They're
So
gorgeous.
that was this one, the King Cole zigzag. Yes, I like it a lot. I went shopping for some more, but I couldn't find any.
Oh.
Not that I need any at all, but yeah. And I have some scrappy socks that I'm knitting as well, which I forgot to bring because I've not really done anything on them. But that's my sock knitting. Then I also
finished another pair though. You finished another pair for a friend.
Yeah, I finished that last time. The mosaic one. Oh no, the orange and purple ones. Yeah, finished those. Yeah, I did finish something. Yeah, they were just plain ones, and yeah, they got them last weekend, so that's quite cool. Yeah, so I did finish something. Oh, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Oh, it feels like I've just got a lot of half-done things.
I feel a bit the same. Because what I was working on before I left, I've left at home. But I have pretty much finished the joining of my squares for my blanket. I got a lot faster at that. The first little bit that I did took me ages, but then I got a lot faster. And I also picked up my Mizzarini, the boil and knit one, and I finished the sleeves, and I was maybe 2 inches into the body when we left. And I thought about bringing it, but I thought, no, I'm going to start something new for my holiday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Of course, it's holiday. 3 whole weeks. I mean, you can finish a garment in 3 weeks, right?
Absolutely. If you're on holiday.
Yeah. Well, I have started my garment. It took me a while. And it's the Yeah sweater.
Oh, yes, good.
Woohoo! Which is the one I won the hang on, I've got the pattern. I won the wool for it. Yeah. So it's the Yeah sweater by Boredom Knits.
Yeah, nice.
And the picture doesn't really show it, but it has massive chunky cables all the way down. And I've already started the chunky cables. So one of the reasons this took me so long to start was because I swatched. And I didn't get gauge. So that was the recommended needle size, and it's quite tight. So that was 3.5. Then I did 3.75. Still didn't get gauge, but I like that fabric, so I'm going to have to do maths. And that's the 4 mil, which I still didn't get gauge. It's quite a loose gauge, and it's quite loose, so you can actually see. Can you see me behind that?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's too holy, so I decided on the 3.75, and as I said, I'll just have to do maths. Now, this is what I've started. It's a very interesting construction. It's a provisional cast on, and essentially this is the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then it will divide for the neckline. and then we'll join up again and we'll knit here and then pick up again for the sleeves. But yeah, that's what I've knit so far. So it's lots of cables.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love that big chunky one down the middle.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
That is a cable over 24 stitches.
Bloody hell.
It's a hard cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I only just started that. I started it in the car on the way up to Tamworth, so 2 days ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work, so I probably won't finish this during my trip because it's the cables. There's a lot of cables. There's these little cables, which was another cable that I've never done before. Very interesting one over 6 stitches. And what it does is it brings the purl bumps over the middle.
Oh, cool.
So
Like a
it's
little
a really like a knot. Yeah, it's quite a modern cable, I feel. And I actually did it wrong. So I had to yesterday. I didn't really understand the instructions on the pattern. So I looked up a 222 RC, which is what she was calling it, online, and it gave me the instructions to put the purl bumps behind. And then I was like, I'm sure on the pattern it didn't look like this. And I looked at the pictures and I zoomed in and I was like, yeah, the purl bumps are definitely brought in front. So I had to I just took it back and reknit that section.
Yeah.
Because I'd already done the first crisscross over. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's going to be really nice.
I didn't even bring my jersey because I started a sleeve and I've done about this much. And then I got onto blankets.
Yeah.
And my sock in between. And my scrappy shawl thing. I've done a lot on that.
Yeah, right. Yep.
That's my Stephen West one.
Oh yes, how's that going?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm about this far through. So that's where we're at so far.
Looks great.
Oh, that's good. You know, when you look at things on the camera, you see stripes that you don't see in real life. And
I'm seeing the pink stripes.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's how many have I got to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I've only got 4 more repeats. So another about that much. And then there's an enormous all the way around wavy thing.
Yep.
Border. Yeah. But for some reason I had it in my head that I might have it finished for Woolfest, but I need to take the pressure away from me. I don't need to. If
Yes.
I have it done, it would be cool. But if not, because what I find is if I put pressure on myself like that, I don't enjoy it.
You're not good with the time limits, are you, Jill?
No. Do it my own time.
It's good to recognize that about yourself, though, and
yeah. It's just weird because at work I'm very pressure prompted, so I need a timeline to stick to, and probably that's why, because otherwise I just won't do stuff.
It's different when you're paid.
What?
Everything's different when you're being paid for it.
Yeah. And my Gambit cowl as well, I've done a few rows on.
It looks so fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. Again, you can see that bit looks different when it's in real life. Yep. Yeah. But it's so soft. So now I was thinking, oh, I need a new cast on for today for Easter weekend.
Yes. Because why not?
Yeah, and for my trip over to the pier. I thought, well, or should I finish a sock? Finish my zigzag, my kink hole one, this one. Or I could take this
What's that one?
That's the big shawl.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'd quite like to cast something new on actually.
Cast something new on.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Do it.
Okay.
Well, I've been doing a bit of bra making lately. I think I talked about this a little bit in the past, but I didn't bring it to show, but I thought I haven't got much to show today, so I thought I'd show that.
Mm.
So this was the Marlborough bra, which is by Orange Lingerie. And this is what's called a twill, which is where you just kind of make it out of scrappy bits. But I like to make a wearable twill. So these things don't necessarily match. You know, I've got grey down the bottom and black up the top and a fleshy coloured thing and, you know, all sorts of things. But it's a wearable twill. So this was my first attempt and it turned out to be, it's wearable, but it's a little bit tight across the back.
Right.
So, yep. So that's the back. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll go up a size, but I forgot that when you go up a size, you have to go down a cup size.
Yes.
So I made a bra that fits me amazingly around wise, and the cups are enormous. And I did all the matchy stuff with that, and I finished it and everything and put it on. I was like, what have I done? Like, this is just no good. And then I went back to basics and realized that. So I have brought with me the pattern pieces to make. I've brought with me the 3 sizes, that this size, the size I made that's too big in the cup, and then the next cup size down in the larger size, which I haven't cut the pieces out yet, but I'm going to compare all the pieces and see how they compare, because obviously these cups are perfect, because otherwise I might have to do a mixture of the cups for this one, but then the body for the next size up. We'll see.
Can you,
it's a bit.
Can you take the other one apart and just put new cups in?
I'm not sure. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is very pretty. It's with some really gorgeous fabrics. But what I brought with me, so I purchased my bra making stuff from a company called Nellie Jones, and she's in Taranaki, and she does a kit of the month. So this is the April kit, and it's got some gorgeous stretch satin, and it has everything you need to make a bra, except for the underwires, because the underwires are size dependent. You order the underwires separate. So yeah, it's some lovely black, baby blue, and some, I have to show you, I'll show you the gorgeous, I haven't even opened this. Sorry about the crinkle. The lace is gorgeous. I think I was drawn to the idea of making bras, and now I'm just like, the fabrics are gorgeous and they're so delicate and so lovely to work with. Look at this gorgeous lace.
You're very clever. That other one looks like a bought one.
This one?
Yeah. Looks like
I mean, it's actually not that hard. Like, I don't even use my overlocker. I just use my sewing machine. Yeah.
Very clever.
Yeah, and I'd like to make matching undies with this one too. Yeah, so I'm going to show that off, that this is a new sort of passion of mine. And oh my god, this satin, it's actually like flocked. The bumps are raised.
Cool.
Cool. And it's really got a little bit of stretch. Yeah. Oh, now I've done it. Is it? Yeah, just a tiny bit of stretch. There's so many different fabrics in bra making. That's something that has been something for me to get my head around. So what I've actually ended up doing is I've done Ziploc bags and written what the name of the fabric is on it and separated all my fabrics into the Ziploc bags, because otherwise I can't keep track of what a fabric is. And then when I go to make a pattern and it says use duoplex or use one-way stretch or whatever, and I even put the, like, on the Ziploc bags, I'll write like the percentage of stretch in which direction and stuff, so that I know exactly, because it's that finicky and that, yeah, attention to detail that really makes a difference to whether or not your bra will fit. Because you want something that will fit, right? I mean, there's no point making pretty bras and just, I don't know, what do you do with a bra that doesn't fit?
Go hang it on the bra fence in Monaco.
Yeah. Yes. That's a great idea. I should do that next time I'm in Wanaka.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. What else have you been up to? Anything else? Or?
Well, kind of. I got inspired from as I do when I watch Tracy.
Oh my God, she's amazing, right? So this is Passion Knit Spinner.
Yeah.
I've actually just joined her Patreon.
Me too. I've been a patron for a while, but
okay.
I'm really looking forward to the Tweedy, making your own Tweedy yarn thing. I can't wait.
So I've been collecting bits of yarn to make my own Tweedy yarn for over 12 months.
Wow.
So when that popped up and I just subscribed the month before, I was like, oh my God, this was like so meant to be. Might have to increase my membership.
Well, I also got inspired in another way. So Raylene's bag has been moved towards a different craft at the moment. And I have been English paper piecing. So
I did wonder if that's where you were going. Yeah.
So far, I've cut them all out, but I haven't sewn anything together yet. So I've got all of these little ones together.
Yep.
Yes, that's a little cute kit. Needles and things. So I'm doing the gluing down.
Yep.
And as I say, I haven't sewn anything. When I was about 19, I started an English paper piece thing, like they call it grandmother's garden, don't they, or something like this?
Yeah.
Hexagons.
Yep.
I started a quilt. And I think that it was a little bit bigger than this. And I didn't know really what I was doing, but I drew around all of the material and I cut it all out. Then I cut out all of my hexagons, and then I sewed all of my material onto my hexagons. So it's all hand sewn. And it ended up being, I don't know, maybe about 2 meters square.
Wow.
It went with my ex-husband, so which was unfortunate. It was one of the things I didn't pack when I was packing my gear up. So I have done it before. This is so much easier. I've got a wheelie thing. Oh my gosh! I got a Perspex.
The template, yeah.
So and I use like 3 at a time. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then sticking them down, and I even bought the bits of paper.
Yep.
Because you just reuse them. I was like, oh my God, this is so much easier than when I was 19. So there we go. I might start that this weekend. So I've cut it all out.
You could do that in the car.
I could. I'd be worried about losing a needle. Oh my gosh. I even bought needles that you don't actually have to because I can't see.
Has it got the thing at the top and you just put it through?
Yeah. Knitting needles. So you don't actually have to, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got this purple thing. Oh my God, this is brilliant. I love it. And watching the sewing bee as well, they use these a lot. So they use the little clips instead of pins. And so I got a load of clips as well.
Wonder clips.
Is that what they're called? Wonder clips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonder clips. I have them in all the colours of the rainbow. That's what I use when I'm sewing with spandex. I don't use pins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because spandex can run, and the same with bra making.
Oh. Yeah, I did notice they were using it on Breakfast Sobe, which is, and whenever, so Friday, so it's on tonight, and I always feel like I should make myself a frock the next day.
Yes. Do you know, my daughter and I, because we were isolating last weekend, my daughter and I watched 2 episodes of The Great British Sewing Bee because they've had, on Catch Up is season 3. So we watched season 3 and then we watched season 7 from the night before. And then we went and we cut out a dress for her and I sewed it that night. And I was like, look at me go, you know.
I can make a frock in 4 hours. I can.
Right. I tell you, it took me longer than that. And it was a dress I've sewn times before.
What's that?
It was a dress I've sewn a million times before as well.
I used to, because I used to make all my dresses, and I would make, if I cut it out the night before, I could get it finished if all I did the next day was sew it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cut that takes the time.
Yeah. But now,
when you're cutting a dress, because I use my rotary cutter to cut spandex, because I don't finish the edges of my daughter's dresses, spandex dresses, because spandex holds, it doesn't fray. I use a rotary cutter for that, but it means I have to do it like on my dining room table with a massive mat.
Yes.
And I have to be moving the mat, and it is a bit trickier. Yeah, rotary cutters are amazing. I actually need a new one. I have the cheapest of the cheapest rotary cutters from Spotlight that I bought.
This one was from Spotlight, and it was the cheapest one I could find.
Yeah, I've got one even cheaper than that. It falls apart every time I use it.
But it was purple. It came in this little plastic container, which I could keep all my other crap in.
Awesome.
And so even that, so, you know, like when I watch Tracy, she has everything all nicely neat and that sort of thing, where my stuff is just usually everywhere. But look, I've got this nice little plastic container. I've put it in my bag.
I think if you're organised and you feel like you can just pick it up and go, it makes it so much easier to do.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that because I've got, it's not tapestry, but it's like a half cross stitch.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a Wellington lady. Oh, I don't know if she made the Jennifer Pudney one. Jennifer Pudney?
Yeah, you showed that last week. Yeah.
So I don't, so it's in my little bag, ready to go. Never take it anywhere. Never pick it up. It just sits in this little bag.
So I got some cross stitch stuff. I've actually, there's a company I love. It's an Australian company called Spruce. Let me look it up.
Is that the one who you did your ice cream thing?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Spruce Craft Company. She's in Melbourne, and she started doing over the last 12 months. Actually, it might only be the last 6 months. She does a monthly subscription box, but she only ships to Australia. So happily, I have relatives in Australia. Yeah. So I've actually gotten 2 of her kits. And it comes in this gorgeous box, cross-stitching awaits. And and it comes with 2 hoops and 2 coloured of the cloth, and all of the full DMC skeins. Trying not to give the game away. And it comes with this subscription box printout, which is an A4 sheet, and it's got 2 options for. I'm not giving the game away because she actually posts this on Instagram. It's got 2 options for designs for both.
Oh, yes. Cool.
And it's a theme. It's a themed thing. So this was the Home Sweet Home one.
Yeah.
And so that was that month. And then let me just move that. And this month's one was the Lost in Space.
Cool.
And it's the Ada cloth is actually printed.
Ah, oh, nice.
How cool is that?
Cool.
And I love her. Your weapon of mass construction.
Excellent.
So yeah, this month's one, it's got You're Out of This World, It's on the Planet. And oh, I love this one. I keep pressing the space bar, but I'm still on Earth. I'm gonna make that and hang that at work. I love that. But in the Home Sweet Home one, I'm gonna do, so I'm doing the mix. It says mix it up, and it's a little stuff. And I still can't decide whether I want to do Home Sweet. Here we go. Home Sweet Home.
Yeah, it's like a Roswell sign or something.
Exactly. Yeah, it's quite retro and quite 50. Or this one that says, "Make yourself at home. Clean my kitchen."
Nice.
So I haven't decided yet. I will probably do the kitchen one and hang the mixer one beside it. So it's but I also got, so yes, last year, good remembering, Jill, last year when I was here, I did the Sweeties one. So I actually got a matching one for that as well. But I also got this one. Keep your hands clean and your mind dirty. I'm making that one for work too. I'm going to hang it in the lake. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if I get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, something different. So I have started, I've done this in, I don't know, 2 days or something.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. Nice little bite-sized little things. Even the bigger one being this size, it's not that big.
No.
Smaller than my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like quick wins, which is quite nice.
Yeah, that's why straight away I picked that up. I was just totally drawn to the purple Ada cloth. And it's not like me at all, right? Yeah, so Spruce Craft Company. She does ship her kits internationally, but not her monthly subscription ones.
Right.
And of course, you can buy any of her patterns digitally.
Yeah.
So you can make it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but I just thought now that the borders are open, you can become a member of the those club, the monthly club, and you just pause it and skip the boxes you don't like, and you get to see it before you get it. So it's not a complete surprise. And yeah, just when you like the ones you like and you get them, and I thought, well, I'll just keep doing that and get them sent to mum and dad, and when they come over, they can bring them because I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get FOMO. So that's kind of cool. That's something different. And as you say, it's kind of nice to do something different. It's like palette cleansing and yeah.
It is. You can go, oh, lift this, oh, knit that, oh, knit that, crochet this. But, oh, might sew for a bit.
Yeah, that's right.
or spin for a bit. I've got some spinning I need to finish so that I can be ready to do the tweed. So might do that tomorrow.
Yep.
And I don't know if I can wait, or if I can just do it myself, because I'm not very patient.
Maybe you can wait until they're all released.
Yes, okay. Actually, I have to wait because I saw she used hand carders for part of her process.
Yep, for breaking up the pieces, probably.
But I don't have hand carders yet.
Oh, have you ordered some? I was going to say, if you haven't ordered any and you can wait, I have a pair you could have.
Yeah, I'm not good at waiting.
No. Where did you get them from?
I just got it from Ashford.
Ashford's, yeah.
I don't know what kind I got. I just went, oh, I thought it said standard. I didn't have my glasses on, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was doing my wee shopping. But I think it's a student. So, well, that's all right. I'm either standard or a student, so I can do both.
So the only thing about carders is that there are different like comb distances, different numbers of the actual prongy bits. So that's, I think I have about 3 pairs and they're all like the same. Which was why I was like, you can have some of mine. But I got them, I only paid like $5 for them.
Yeah. I also thought I could wait to go to Woolfest and I might be able to pick some secondhand ones up. But again, I have no patience for this sort of thing. It's like, if I waited, by the time I got them, I'd be like, oh, I can't be bothered now. So do it now, do it now.
So have you got lots of bits and pieces of, what do you call it? Leftovers or whatever?
I've got loads of bits and pieces of leftovers. This is my leftovers tin. It's full to about there with like lots of tiny pieces. Yeah.
Awesome. So the other good thing about once you have hand carders is, I'm not sure if you've seen, but Anna and Carlos does they've got a video on how to make stuffing for toys, and you use your hand card
with your leftovers. Yes.
Yep,
that's true. I have seen that as well.
So you'll be able to do that too.
I will. All these things I need. I understand about a drum carder as well, but they're about $800. It's like I can't just say yes, I want that without playing with it and knowing what I'm doing.
So I got a secondhand drum carder for about $100, and it's actually one you can't buy anymore. It's a mini, so it's only this wide. So I would suggest you could look at secondhand ones, but you might end up replacing the actual outside of the card because they're metal, they rust. So it's sort of you've kind of got to see it to know whether or not it was very good. I bought mine from Kurt, so I knew it was okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're welcome to come up and use mine too. So
okay, I'll do that next time when
yeah,
another 3 weeks when you're home.
I know it's going to be only another 2 weeks now.
Oh, true, yeah.
Almost. It will be 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks today. We're home.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's gone like that.
Already a third of it gone. Yeah.
Already, yeah. So we've had a really good time so far, though. We arrived on Saturday and we didn't come up to Tamworth to the in-laws until Wednesday. So that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday was manic. Like we did so much those 3 days. It's actually kind of funny because we all got in the car and normally the kids would be like straight on their devices or let's put a podcast on or, you know, like needing to be entertained. And we all just sat there like no one even wanted to talk. We were so tired. We've seen so many people and done so much, which is fantastic. But whew, so it's good to be here and having a bit of a breath. Yesterday we didn't do anything. My husband and I went out to Coles, which is New World in New Zealand. We went out to Coles and got our Easter egg, the bunnies for the kids, which I have to put away before they come home. Found this. And that's all we did yesterday. It was fantastic. But yeah, Monday, we went into town. We went to Luna Park. So we'd asked the kids what do they want to do when we were in Sydney, and they both said Luna Park, which I went to as a teenager, but that's the only time I've ever been. Jeremy had never been, they've never been, but of course they've seen it. Yeah. Because for international people, Luna Park is this theme park with a massive face. It's very iconic. There's a Luna Park in Sydney and Melbourne. So yes, it's very iconic. You can see this face from across the harbour. So they've seen it so many times before. And last year, actually, my sister-in-law came up and she had said to them, we're going to take you guys to Luna Park one night, but it was closed. So and that's the other thing. It's called Luna Park because it's a nighttime. In the 60s, it was like your carnival sort of park, and you just use your tickets to go on, as opposed to a theme park where you pay to go in. So yes, so they both wanted to go to Luna Park, and my daughter wanted to go to Pancakes on the Rocks and the Sticky Lolly Shop, which is rock candy on the rocks. Yeah. And she said, and I want to go on a boat, and she meant a ferry. So we did all of that on Monday, and we were knackered. So we went to Luna Park first, and then we got the ferry over, and we went up to Pancakes on the Rocks and the Sticky Lolly Shop, and yeah, so it was a lot of walking, and my husband and I didn't ride any of the rides at Luna Park either, because it was going to be more than twice the price for us to go as well. But because of the way it's set up, like the old carnival style thing with tickets, you can come and go. You don't have to have tickets to actually enter the park. Okay, yeah. So my husband and I just decided we don't need to ride. The kids are 10 and 12 now. They can do that by themselves. And they had a good time. Yeah. Cool. But it was very hot. It was the hottest day in Sydney since about January. So yeah, it was, I think it got up to 27 degrees, which doesn't sound like much, but it was quite a hot day for April. Yeah. And we all lathered on the sunscreen because we're used to the Auckland sun, which burns when you think about it. And we didn't need it, but.
Better to be safe, eh?
Yeah. So now they're out at the farm. That was the one thing when we said we were coming up to Tamworth. What do you want to do? They said, we want to go to the farm and ride the quad bikes. So that's what they're doing today. And we'll do that again a couple of times next week because there's plenty of mustering. My in-laws, so they live in town, but they have cattle it's about a 45-minute drive to their farm. And then what else on the weekend? We're doing barefoot bowls tomorrow and big Easter lunch on Saturday with all the family, which will be fantastic. And and it's actually Country Music Festival this week in Tamworth, which it's normally in January, but it got postponed because of COVID. So we got lucky. We're here for Country Music Festival. Lucky, unlucky, not sure. But the kids will enjoy it. So.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, Jill?
We're going to have a fab time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes, we're very, very fortunate, feeling very lucky.
That's nice. That's really nice.
But we're paid for it. I can tell you flights aren't what they used to be. Or perhaps they are what they used to be.
Yeah, maybe in the 80s or something.
I think we're basically back to like 80s flight prices because of the fuel increase recently, and the fact that they haven't been able to run at full capacity for 2 years. They're trying to make up lost time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told my in-laws how much it cost us to come over, because they've got credits from last year when they were going to come over, but the bubble shut. And I told them, and she was like, that's going to it's pretty much double what it used to be.
Yeah, it's a proper holiday rather than a pop across.
Yeah, there's no more popping across for the weekend. Yeah. Although my girlfriend that I caught up with in Wollongong, she's going to pop over for Woolfest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just her though, so that makes it a little more affordable, sort of, kind of.
I'd quite like to go to the Tasmanian Craft Fair one year.
Tasmanian Craft Fair.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go for a few years, and I saw it advertised.
When is that?
I'm thinking it's July, August. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it'd be cool.
It would be very cool, as in freezing cold.
Ah, that's fine. Just put a coat on, put your woolly hat on, and your gloves.
Jumpers, stools, and hats galore. That's what Bendigo is like in July. The Australian Sheep and Wool Show in Bendigo, which is in Victoria, in July. It is absolutely freezing, and it's just knitwear as far as the eye can see.
Whereas we were hoping it'll be cool enough in May to put something woolly on to go to Woolfest. And we'd be better off in July when we go to Taranaki. I think it'll be down there.
Yeah, it'll be great down there when we go to Taranaki. So it's April now. May we've got Woolfest. June, when's Fibretron?
August, isn't it?
So June there's the aftermath.
No, yes.
And then July we've got our fibre. What's that called?
Fibre Ed. It's a Fibre Ed, isn't it? So education. Yeah. And
then July is so that's July, sorry. And then August we've got Fibretron.
Yeah. And I think so don't we still have a credit for a retreat?
Oh yes, we do. I wonder when the retreat is.
Because we're going to go in November, September, or November. Was either September or November.
I feel like it was originally September, so they might reschedule it for September. So I must email and find out about that.
So about like 6 months, next 6 months is sorted.
Woohoo! I'm excited now. That's really exciting. So what classes are you doing at Fibre Ed? Do you remember?
Can't remember yet.
I know I'm doing the t-shirt yarn making one.
I think I was doing macrame.
You're doing macrame?
I think so. Oh, macrame.
Whatever. Potato.
And I'm doing 3, but I can't remember what the other 2 are.
Because I know they released some new classes as well. They released some more of the drum carding one and the harakiki.
Now I should do drum carding.
I know. When that popped up, I was like, I can fit that in on the Friday afternoon, but I decided that Friday afternoon is the only time I don't have classes, so I actually should keep it free. Yeah. And are you driving or flying?
Probably driving.
Right. I think Sue is going to fly, but Helen and I will probably drive.
I think I'm a bit closer, aren't I, from here?
I don't know.
Cut across a little bit and down rather than...
Yeah, we have to kind of go around. That's okay. I don't mind driving.
No, you enjoy driving.
Yeah. Well, I thought if we all flew, how would we get around down there? That would kind of make it.
I'd have to have been your driver.
Well, that's an option, isn't it? Maybe I should look at flight prices.
New Plymouth's, I think, quite far out, the airport, isn't it, from town?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're waffling.
We are waffling.
We're just having conversation now. We're just having chit chat. You always our lovely viewers always get when we start to just get chit chatty and waffling and.
Stop. That's what the stop is for.
Yeah. Well, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, happy Easter. That's great. Hope that everyone has a nice and relaxing weekend. And hope you have a nice couple of weeks more holiday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fairly chilled from now on. Cool. Yeah. It should be good, yeah. And I hope you enjoy your 4 days off too.
Oh, I'm going to.
Yeah. And I didn't say earlier, but your hair is fab.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's you can see I've just done it because you can see the line around it.
It looks fantastic.
Got sick of the grey. Okay, let's go. I'm going.
All right. Happy Easter, everybody, and ka kite.
Yeah, ka kite.